I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
Release the Kraken!
From this day forward, it's going to be only America first. You are going to be so proud of your country because we're going to turn it around and we're going to start winning again. We're going to win so much. We're going to win at every level. We're going to win so much. You may even get tired of winning and you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore. Mr. President, it's too much. And I'll say, no, it isn't. We have to keep winning. We have to win more. We're going to win more.
Our Commander-in-Chief, President Trump, welcome home. Your warriors missed you.
As President Donald Trump took his oath of office, a flurry of lawsuits were already in motion. Yes, you heard that right. Within moments of placing his hand on the Bible, or rather, not placing his hand on it this time, Trump faced legal action. Let's dive into the specifics. Stay tuned, because this is a story you've got to hear. In a world filled with mysteries, questions, and conspiracies, #AwakeYet offers real-world information to provide answers that will help you think outside the box, to offer alternatives to perceived reality that we have been led to believe. What might be the most unprecedented start to a presidency in American history, Donald Trump was sworn in as the 47th President of the United States, and within minutes the legal battles began. But who dared to challenge him, and why? The first lawsuit came from a coalition of immigrant and civil rights groups, led by the National Security Counselors. They've accused Trump of violating federal transparency laws with his new Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE for short, headed by none other than Elon Musk. They claim DOGE, which was supposed to streamline government operations, lacks the required transparency and balance in its advisory roles. But that's not all. The plot thickens with another suit from the largest union of federal government employees challenging the legality of this new department. They argue that without proper oversight, this initiative could lead to significant job cuts and changes in federal employment practices, potentially breaching labor laws. In response, Trump has been characteristically unapologetic. During his inaugural address, he didn't directly address the lawsuits, but promised drastic change. He's reiterated that DOGE is not an official federal advisory committee, but more of a branding exercise for his government reform efforts. His administration claims these challenges are nothing more than lawfare tactics by his opponents to stymie progress. Secondly, the Citizens for Constitutional Integrity, a newly formed advocacy group, files a lawsuit against President Trump, arguing that his announced policy to immediately deport millions of undocumented immigrants violates the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. The plaintiffs, Jane Doe, an undocumented immigrant who has lived in the U.S. for over 20 years, claims she would be directly affected by such a policy. Advocacy group, Citizens for Constitutional Integrity, led by attorney Maria Sanchez, a renowned civil rights lawyer. The reason? The lawsuit claims that Trump's mass deportation plan infringes on the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment, which ensures that no state shall deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. They argue that such a policy, if enacted, would not provide due process, another protection under this amendment. Trump's response. The White House, through its press secretary, responds swiftly, asserting that the president's actions are within his executive authority to enforce immigration laws. They argue that the policy is not about denying rights, but about enforcing existing immigration statutes. Furthermore, they claim that the 14th Amendment does not extend such protections to those who are not lawfully present in the U.S. The 14th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, ratified in 1868, primarily addresses citizenship rights and equal protection under the law. Its text states, Section 1. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny to any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. However, there's a crucial aspect regarding its applicability to foreign dignitaries and invaders. The phrase, subject to the jurisdiction thereof, was interpreted by the Supreme Court in cases like United States versus Wong Kim Ark to exclude children born to diplomats or hostile forces, as they are not subject to U.S. jurisdiction in the same way. This interpretation suggests that the amendment applies to those who are lawfully present and subject to U.S. laws, not to those who might be considered foreign invaders or under diplomatic immunity. This interpretation becomes pivotal in debates over immigration policies, where the question of jurisdiction and legal presence in the U.S. comes into play. The amendment's protections are intended for those who are legally subject to U.S. laws, not those who might enter the country with hostile intent or under diplomatic status, which are exceptions to its broad protections. Recent denials of U.S. citizenship for immigrants have often been due to failing the required English and civics tests, not meeting the continuous residence or physical presence requirements, or issues related to good moral character, such as criminal convictions or fraud. For instance, under the Immigration and Nationality Act, INA, failing to demonstrate good moral character or committing acts like misrepresentation or fraud can lead to a denial, as outlined in sections like INA SS 316A, which deals with naturalization requirements. Including, there are cases where naturalized U.S. citizens have had their citizenship revoked. One key example is when it's discovered that an individual falsified information during their application process, like lying about criminal history or their true identity. Another scenario involves crimes committed post-naturalization, like terrorism or treason, which can lead to denaturalization under laws like the Immigration and Nationality Act. Remember, naturalization isn't always a one-way ticket if you break the rules and laws. Legal experts are watching closely. Some see these lawsuits as early tests of Trump's second term, questioning how far he can push his executive powers. Will these legal challenges derail his agenda, or will they only strengthen his resolve? The coming months will tell. What do you think about this unprecedented start to Trump's term? Is it a sign of things to come, or just political theater? Let us know in the comments below. As we close out today's exploration into the heart of our political landscape, remember that #AwakeYet isn't just about watching this video or others like it. It's about challenging yourself to stay informed, to question everything, and to remain awake in a world that often tries to lull you back into complacency. So, I challenge you, dive deeper, question the narratives, and keep your eyes wide open. Like, share, and subscribe if you're ready to join the informed. And remember, the truth isn't handed to you. It's something you must seek with an unyielding spirit of inquiry. Stay awake, stay informed, and together, let's redefine what it means to be truly awake in this era.